Hey everyone, Spirited Drop from the back of a taxi, and I want to talk with you today about harvesting the good moments. So harvesting, it's a bit of a theme for me at the moment. I've just finished writing and my graphic designer has come back with a beautiful design on an end of year a turn of the annual wheel ritual guide for the Spirited Living members, which they'll be getting as part of their membership in December. And a section of that is on harvesting the lessons learned, the victories, the expansion of the year that's just gone by, and the importance of doing that. But often we might engage, if you do, in those sort of retrospective exercises at the end of every year or the end of a season. But today I was really reminded that harvesting is an ongoing daily thing, and it's a beautiful thing to do. So today I had a massive day. It was a really exciting day, but it was one of those days where you got to switch hats in between events very quickly. So and they're all quite big, important events for me. So I started the day with my morning meditation, which I never miss. And then at 9 o'clock here in Singapore, I had my second live broadcast radio show on News for the Soul. And I invited my very good friend Kerry Alderuccio on as my guest. And we were talking about signs and wonders from the spirit realm, and what forms they can come in, and how do you know it's from a loved one in spirit and not you making it up, and dreams and so on. It was just a super juicy, fantastic discussion and a lot of fun. And at the end of it, I sent Kerry a message and thanked her for coming on, and we laughed about all these crazy, fantastic things that we get to do as mediums. And I did stop and I thought, gosh, that was really good. I really enjoyed that, and how fun doing a live radio show. And I harvested the goodness from the experience, and then switched hats very quickly, put on some lipstick, went into a podcast studio and I was the guest, had an interview on an upcoming podcast of a fabulous woman, Dr. Katrina Gisbert-Tay, and she's got this lovely podcast coming out called Unpolished Wisdom, and we had this really juicy, beautiful conversation around modern spirituality and handling transitions in life, and especially when you're stepping into the unknown. But such fantastic chemistry and so lovely. And at the end of that, we had a big hug. And again, on the taxi on the way back, I was like, oh, this is just so lovely. What a lovely day. I harvested the joy. Then back in to do private sessions. I do them remotely on Wednesdays, and I had a pretty squishy sort of schedule, and 2 clients rescheduled spontaneously. One had already done so and I'd forgotten. Another one thought he was having an in-person session, but miraculously a spot cleared tomorrow, and so I'm able to see him, which is good. So was marveling at how spirit sorts out my diary in a way that creates some ease and grace, and it just happens automatically. Again, another harvest. And then the client that I did connect with is a long-term client. She's been checking in with me from Australia for years, and it was a really beautiful, meaningful read for her as well. And I got a message back from another client in Switzerland that the psychic read I did for him recently has come to pass. And again, I stopped and just went, how cool is this day? And now I'm on my way to a book launch of another beautiful woman who has written an incredible book. I'm going to give it a plug, Dr. Domini. Just pulling it out of my bag. Speaking Human, the hardest conversations you'll have with yourself, Dr. Domini Shorka. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, Shola. Absolutely fantastic book. I've only received it a couple of days ago, gorgeous signed copy, and I haven't read it cover to cover, but I've definitely scanned it, and I think this is going to be a hit. And I get to celebrate her success with her now at her sort of a pre-launch book launch with some people that are close to her, which I feel very grateful to be included in. So, and then home tonight with dinner with Hubstar. So I had a day of harvesting, and it could have been a really busy, stressful day, but I just took a pause point after each experience and just clocked how much I love what I do and how much impact I'm having. And of course, not all days are like that, but it's just a little reminder, like, don't leave your harvesting to the end of the year or the end of a cycle. Just do mini harvests during the day, and it completely changes your vibe and how you then turn up to the next event or the next thing that you have to do. Keep harvesting, folks. Okay, I hope that's got you thinking. Bye for now.